I wanted to share this with the parents of Stowell or considering Stowell. My daughter and I, we started at Stowell this summer. And prior to going to Stowell, since she was a kindergartner, we've always struggled with homework, with me convincing her to do her homework. It's a constant battle. I think the longest episode we had was like taking 3 hours to 6 hours to get her to write half a page or less than a few lines. That was before we found out she was dysgraphia. And then we found Stowell Learning Center, and she's been receiving services. I don't know how many sessions she's gone to since June, but and then one day we were at my sister's house doing language camp, and she still had homework. And we were sitting there eating lunch, and she was listening to, and she said, "Oh, mommy, I want to listen to a song." And I said, "Sure, love." So she played a song, and then later on, she was listening, bouncing, and she said, "Hey, can you give me my homework?" And like in my head, I was like, she's never asked for homework. What is she doing? Little suspicious, but I handed it to her, and she started writing. She started writing her homework, and she finished through one or two songs, and then later on, I was mesmerized. She didn't even see how my face just went from suspicious to like to like happy and joyful. And then later I said, "Hey, do you think you might be able to listen to music and try out homework in the future?" And she's like, "Yeah, I think it's easy when I'm listening to music and doing it." And then in my head, it's this big light bulb and happiness, like jumping in joy going off, dancing all over me, like, oh my gosh. And starting from that night on, for the rest of the 3 weeks of camp, every night when we had to do homework, she would use the listening program that is from the Stowell Learning Center. She got her homework done every night. No complaint, no fights, no argument. I swear that it worked to the T. And I'm so grateful for Stowell. I'm so grateful for the listening program. I could tell you how marvelous grateful I am for that, because it changed our dynamic. It changed our connection. It changed my belief that it's definitely achievable. It's definitely fixable. You just need the right tools, and Stowell is that place. I'm so glad we came across you, Jill, and your center, and we're believers, and I hope other family and child can do the same thing and get the same out of it, just as we had. We're very fortunate. In the beginning, we thought it was just another therapy place. We've tried different therapy, right? We've tried social skills. We've tried another place for ed therapy, but it was phenomenal. I even asked my child herself. I said, "Hey, you went to this other two place, and then you came here. Do you want to go back?" And she's like, "No, I like Stowell." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "I feel comfortable. I feel like they get me. And the stuff they tell me to do, I don't get it at first, but I'm getting better at it, mommy." And it wasn't for a long time that I haven't heard her say that. Because the commonality I always get is like, it's too frustrating, it's too hard, I feel stupid, it's always downplaying her ability and capability when I know in her that she's very capable of. And I just needed to find the right place to ignite that. And now I'm finally starting to hear that she's like, I feel I can do something. I feel that my writing is getting better. I feel that homework is, she didn't say exactly that homework is getting easier, but I could see for myself through observation. So I know this is not a typical therapy. I know this is groundbreaking. And I know what they do for her is what I've been looking for all these years. Thank you.